Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. It's warm and sunny out there, but I'm going to go sit. Good morning, it's Barbara. It's 9:30, so I think it's going to be a hot one today. I have already watered the flowers. They went 2 90-degree days without being watered, so they were a little bit droopy. That's my intention, to get the hose out again and water. Oh, speaking of the hose, my hand is better. My hand is better. It's better. It's maybe still slightly swollen, but it's better. Dennis's knee is getting better, but it's taking a while, and he's pretty frustrated with that, I can tell you. I think in the next couple days we're going to have to mow, and I'm going to have to chance it with my bad knee to do the walking mower. He'll do the riding mower. But I haven't mowed in a while since I jacked up my knee. What was that, last year or the year before? I can't even remember now. But it's been pretty good, so I'm going to chance it. I wonder if I should wear the brace. An idea. Maybe I should wear the brace while I'm doing it, just prophylactically. So I was in State College yesterday. I met with the funeral lady and finalized everything there. She sent a link to his memorial page in there. You know, they do that all online now. I was very disappointed to see there was a button: buy flowers, make a contribution, buy a tree, all these things that we had not discussed. I guess that's the price of having this free service. So that was disappointing. And the picture I took when it was, you know, just focused on his face, because the picture had Mama in it too. It did not look good on the website. So I quick texted John and said, can you find something better? Because we didn't end up talking about it. Tim and John were moving furniture in and out, and Jenny was working, doing all this stuff. And anyway, we never really sat down and looked through the pictures and said, let's pick a picture. So I grabbed a picture that I thought would work, and I was wrong. It did not work very well. So he got my message this morning by 8:30. He had scanned in another picture and sent it to Jen, the funeral lady, and hopefully it'll be better. But otherwise it's all set up. So everything is signed with the funeral home and the cemetery. So that's all done. I found this food truck caterer, you know, on the internet. I have no idea if the food's any good, but I'm counting on them. John is working on getting a permit for the pavilion at the park he picked. So hopefully we'll get a confirmation today that we can have that for Monday night. I can't imagine that there's much else going on a Monday night, but it would be nice to have that nailed down. But I nailed down the menu with my brothers, and so I sent that off last night, so she'll get it today. That gives her a week's notice about what we're gonna want. And so I feel like that's all taken care of. Mama's doing well. She did ask about Daddy, and I told her he was sleeping. She was fine with that. I guess we pretty much decided to not bring her to this service. And so that is Monday night. Jason and the kids and Dennis and I are staying over, and then my brother Tim is decided to stay over also. He's going to stay at the same hotel, so we'll bring some of Denny's wine and toast a good life and tell stories Monday night. So we'll be doing that. I'm not sure if my cousin's going to stay or not. If so, I hope she stays in the same place and we can all get together. My dad was very important to her. And, you know, well, he's her most local uncle. And she cherished him. So anyway, I'm trying to decide who else should be told. The other thing I did yesterday was picked up all the paperwork. Every piece of paper they found in that apartment, I have now. So I can go through that. Try to figure out a system and try to be a little systematic. I just have to pay bills and, probate the will. My job today is to go online and find a helper's guide to being the executor in Pennsylvania. I'm sure there is such a thing. And because I don't know sort of how to start the legal process. But and his lawyer didn't call me back. We were never impressed with her as a lawyer. Anyway, the only reason she was his lawyer because she was a neighbor and a child of a friend. My sister was never impressed with her, and but so I can get my legal advice on what to do with this will from anybody. I don't need her specifically, and if she's not going to return my call, then that's as good a reason as any to not pay her any more money. Right? So that's my job today. I already watered on the deck. Things were looking droopy. It's been, did I already tell you this? It's been 2 days since I watered, and I think both days got to 90. So they were a little bit, and Dennis, he comes out and waters his pepper and forgets everything else. So anyway, everything's already perking up. The one Gerber daisy was very droopy, but it's not drooping anymore. However, both of my Gerber daisies are now in only a green stage. There are no daisies, so I'm hoping that more daisies will come. The fuchsia was a little droopy, but I gave it good watering, and I'll be home until, when we go, we're going to go. We probably won't leave here till noon on Monday. And we'll be home by dinner time on Tuesday. So I won't have to miss any waterings. I will need to get the hose out today, and I'll be very careful watering the forsythia so I do not disturb that yellow jacket. I think what I'll do is make the dogs stay in the house and just lock them in the house so that I can just open the gate one time, go in and out with my hose, do my watering, bring the hose back, close the gate, because I opened that gate about 10 times the other day, and by the 10th time it got really mad at me, but it's really better now, so that was good. But, I still ice it with my cocktail just to make sure. You really want to be really sure. I did ice it the night before last for about an hour. I Zoomed with Christy, and so we got to talk finally after forever. And the whole time I was talking to her, it was wrapped in ice packs. I kept getting up and switching the ice packs as they get warm, and I put it back in the freezer and take the other one. We have two. And I think that had a big effect, and it felt really good. So in that situation, feeling really good is probably a good thing. So today I'm going to do some research. I have all the paperwork, although I will confess I didn't get home till 9:30 because I stopped. My brother Tim lives about halfway between here and State College, and he's like 5 minutes off my route. So I stopped by and saw his wife, saw his grandkids, one of whom I had never met, and his son. And it was nice to see them for a few minutes and get their opinion on the menu for Monday. So My dad had this brand new sleeping chair because he did not sleep in a bed. And when he came home from the hospital, we were worried about what we were going to do. So we bought him this giant recliner that has so many things. It's like a good chair to sleep in if you have to sleep in a chair. So we've got this 2-month-old chair that costs $2,500. So I said, well, you know, Aura's soon going to need a chair that lifts her up. I'll take the chair, which might have been a mistake because it doesn't fit in the car. So Tim threw it in the back of his pickup truck. He's got it in his garage now, and he's going to bring it the rest of the way here on Thursday. But Aura is not a large woman. She's tiny. And so this chair may be just massively too big for her. And Dennis is not inclined to let her be lifted from her chair. You know, her getting up is part of her exercise. You know, she needs to keep doing that. She needs to be able to do that. So I said, well, you know, she doesn't have to, we don't have to let her use the lift part. You know, we can put a little piece of tape over the lift button so that she just does the other ones, you know. We'll see. I don't know. But I went to all this trouble. My brother Tim went to all this trouble to get that chair here to us, so I hope it works out. Otherwise, what the heck am I going to do with it? Anyway, I hope she can use it and enjoy it for many years to come, and at some point she is going to need a little boost, and it'll be there for her. So we'll see. Meanwhile, yeah, so I'm not planning on anything too energetic today. I'm going to water and rummage on the internet. We had a couple of bad nights with Pearl with the fireworks because, of course, we had 4th of July fireworks. And then we had Saturday night fireworks because, as you do. And so, but since then, it's been pretty good. So, anyway. That's all my news is. Mama's doing well. And John and Jenny are working like dogs clearing out that apartment. They have done so much work. I can't believe it. So it should be empty probably by tomorrow. We are paying the full rate for it for every day we don't turn in the keys. So but they've worked really hard. I really appreciate it. Oh my gosh. So that's it. That's my news. Is I'm going to stay around the house, try to stay comfortable. We are lucky to have air conditioning, and we have needed it, that's for sure. But, yeah. I'm in the sun, so it's hard to tell how this is. If I were in the shade and had a little more breeze, I think it would be fine. But there isn't much of a breeze. And if I sit in the shade, then you have a terrible background. But if I sit in the sun, you've got my flowers. I get my full value from these flowers, and so do you. All right, I'm rambling. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay sane.